My name's Bruce Sublett. I sell flies commercially online as Gulf and Ozark flies, and I'm here at the 2010 Southern Council Conclave in Mountain Home, Arkansas, and I'm going to demonstrate a fly that's called the Goober Bug. This is a very simple fly that's very effective on panfish, on bass, on trout. In fact, just about anything that will eat a woolly booger will eat a goober bug, and it's easier to tie. We're going to start the goober bug with a streamer hook. This is a size 10, 4 extra long Dairiki hook, but any 3 or 4 extra long streamer hook from size 6 to size 10 makes a good product here. We're going to wrap it with 025 lead wire, about a dozen wraps. And then I'm going to lay thread over it. For extra durability, I'm going to put a drop of glue. This fly has 2 components. It has crazy legs or loco legs or silly legs, the small diameter rubber legs. And the ones I'm using here are olive with a green flake and a black bar. It's going to take 2 strands of these. I'm going to take 1 strand of it, double it, cut it in half. Lay that on top of the hook, make a few wraps, fold it back over, and wrap it to the start of the bend. This makes the tail for the fly. The second component is medium-sized crystal flash chenille. This is peacock color. Other colors that are good for this fly are black, olive, orange, chartreuse. We want a piece of it, roughly 6 inches long. And in working with this material, you always want to double it. I'm going to tie in one end of it at the back. I'm going to tie in the other end right on top of that. So what I've got is a loop of the chenille material, and I'm going to use a dubbing loop tool to spin that. What this does, it makes all the fibers stand straight out from the core, makes it much more durable, makes it much bushier than it would be if you just used a single wrap of it. I'm going to advance my thread to about halfway up the hook. I'm going to make 2 wraps. And then put that aside. Notice I'm leaving it in the dubbing tool so it won't untwist. And this is where the other strand of rubber leg material comes in. Again, I'm going to double it. Cut it in half. And I'm going to lay that so that the midpoint of it is at the midpoint of the hook. And I'm going to wrap it in so that I've got room to make about 2 turns of my other material in between the leg sections. All right, so once that's tied on, I'm going to advance the thread to the eye of the hook. And then I'm going to continue to wrap the chenille material. Pull the legs back out of the way so they don't get trapped. 2 turns in between usually is enough. Pull the legs back, make 2 more turns, or a turn and a half for the head. A couple of wraps of thread to hold it, and then I'm going to clip it. A couple more to secure. Now, in trying to make a head for a fly that's tied with the crystal flash chenille, it's never going to be perfectly neat, because every time you wrap it, it pushes these fibers forward. You try to stroke them back and catch as many of them as you can under the thread. But if you have one or two sticking out, that's probably about as good as you're going to get. I'm going to make a woolly booger style head on this, whip finish it. Rather than tying off my whip finish and then putting cement on it, I'm going to put just a touch of super glue here on the head. Not very much, you don't want it to run back into the body. And then whip finish 5 or 6 turns over the top of that. What happens when you do that, the thread pressure pushes the cement down into the head and makes a much more durable head than if you just laid it on top. Clip the thread if you want to, arrange the legs. Okay, so here's the Goober Bug finished. The legs slant to the back. As you wrap the material, you'll push them back. It's a pretty symmetrical fly. It's not like there's a bottom or a top to it. It works as a stonefly nymph. It works as a crawfish. It works as a general attractor. It's particularly effective in size 8 in black as a post-spawn bass fly. For whatever reason, bass coming off the bed will eat this fly 3 to 1 over anything else I've ever fished. So much so that in the spring of 2010, I tallied 43 bass over 2 pounds on this fly in 3 days. And if that's not good, I don't know what is.